We manage the natural, cultural, and scenic resources of statewide value for the enjoyment of the people of Hawaii and future generations. We've got 65 areas we manage. Some of them are leased out and managed by other entities, but about 50 of them are actually what you would call proper state parks, and then there's about 14 or 15 other areas of interest or responsibility. We're just shy of 34,000 acres. We have areas that are primarily for picnicking and camping. We have a lot of hiking areas. We have a lot of ocean-related areas for swimming, body surfing, kayaking, and those kind of activities. And then we have some places where those activities are not allowed. For instance, the grounds of Dlnr Palace are not a campground. We have the full range of natural resources. One of the examples would be the Nepali coast on Kauai. It's spectacular coastal areas where we have both natural and cultural resources intermingled. We have some of the most spectacular terrain in the world, I think. We have areas that are kind of stark and dry, and areas that are lush and jungly. So it's the full range of the kind of microenvironments that you find in Hawaii. Our parks are used by both residents and visitors, and some parks are used primarily by visitors. For example, Diamond Head. I think our figures are just about 90% of the people who go there are visitors, but 10% are locals, and the locals and the visitors use the areas for the same thing. We have other parks that are primarily used by local residents. Campgrounds, for instance, a place like Malai Kahana. We probably have more local residents who enjoy going to the beach park to go camping on the weekends. But on the other hand, visitors enjoy those areas too. So we don't have any park that's exclusively used by visitors or by residents. It's a mix. We have an interpretive program, and the interpretive opportunities range from areas where we actually have a staff member who can help share information and help people understand what resources they might expect to see. We have other areas where we don't have a staff member there, so we have static displays, signage, information kiosks where you have the interpretive signs that will help people understand what it is that they're looking at or what may have occurred there in the past. Well, aside from not enough staff and funding, some of our problems are related to people's abuse of the resources and the facilities. We have folks who mistreat the buildings, vandalize them, paint them, break things. But we also have folks that either intentionally or through ignorance damage the resources as well. Driving where they shouldn't be, causing erosion, damaging historic sites, sometimes intentionally, other times just through ignorance. One of the examples of that kind of a management problem is up at Kaena Point. We've instituted a permit system to try and help manage that a little bit more, but that's an area where people are driving off the roads, creating big mud bog areas, denuding the vegetation, which then contributes to erosion problems. And since it's right on the coast, that silt is potentially going right out into the ocean and damaging the reef. We have people driving on dune areas where we have endangered species growing and where the ancient Hawaiians often buried the folks who had passed away. So there are iwi in those areas, and that's potentially disrupting and disturbing those who are at rest there. And then sometimes people are driving in areas where there are historic sites, historic features, and those are damaged. Most often through ignorance, but sometimes, unfortunately, it's intentional.